Hello everyone, my name is Pedro and today I want to review the most important changes in the Sketch 52 update, which has been out for a couple of weeks now. After some time playing with this version, I can say with confidence that it's a very big milestone and brings important changes that will dictate the direction in which Sketch wants to go in the near future. All of the competition has added features, updated their UI, or refined their workflow, so it was time for Sketch to reinvent themselves. So stick around and let's take a look at the most important changes in Sketch 52. We've got a new style for the layer list, and if we duplicate these elements, you'll notice that the title now sticks to the sidebar. So if you've got artboards with too many layers, this will help you navigate and keep context of where you are. You can also use the filter to filter layers by type. So now you can narrow down to shape, text, image, etc. So for example, if I search here for symbols that start with track, this will filter will only show those matches in the sidebar. So these are really nice additions that will help you in projects which have too many artboards or too many layers. A really nice addition. Okay, so now let's take a look at the inspector. The inspector has been redesigned as well, and it now features sections which you can collapse and see only the information that matters to you, and the override section has been tweaked as well, so it's much clearer to navigate and easy to follow. So these are little tweaks that go a long way. And the preview, it's not got a preview section for the resizing options. So if you change the way this element is pinned in the artboard, you can catch a little preview and see the impact of your change. So overall, a really nice touch for Sketch. And the toolbar has been tweaked as well, so we've got new icons and options in the toolbar, which will go into detail into some of those next. Another new feature is the support for Mojave Dark Mode. So if you've updated your macOS to the latest version and you go to System Preferences, General, and change the desktop appearance to dark, this will be reflected in Sketch as well. You can also change the accent color, and this will also be reflected in Sketch. So if I go here, all the accent colors will be changed as well. So you can now work in dark mode, which some people prefer, and all of these changes are now reflected in Sketch. So a very nice addition if you're rocking the latest version of macOS. One new feature which I'm sure you're going to love is the ability to override text and layer styles in symbols. For example, I can change the text style for this list title. So if I go here and I've got the member name with the list title text style, and I can change this to the list style selected, for example. So now I don't have to create different symbols for this if I want to override this, so it's a lot cleaner. And I can also do the same for this icon as well. So instead of having two different groups, I can have an unselected or selected style for the symbol here. So this will make customizing symbols and a lot easier. So if you are working, for example, with buttons and having a selected style or a deselected style, all that sort of things, this will make it a bit easier and give you more freedom in adjusting the symbols using these overrides in Sketch 52. A very nice addition. In terms of new features, there's also the addition of the Boolean operations in Sketch. So if you work with vectors and you like to use them a lot to create icons or more complex shapes, you'll be happy to know that you've now got these Boolean operations in Sketch which allow you to, for example, merge and combine shapes, but you can still individually edit each individual part. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on this video. I'll save that for another one. But these are a really nice addition in Sketch 52 and will give you more liberty in working with complex shapes for creating icons or complex illustrations. A very nice touch. Okay, another new feature is the inclusion of data alongside Sketch. This is something that's not new to Sketch per se. There were a couple of plugins that did this and very well, like Craft, for example. But with this new direction, you've got a tighter, out-of-the-box experience. Let me show you an example. If you go to Sketch Parent, for instance, you can see the new Data tab, and you've got these new sources of information. So, for example, you've got the names and world cities, and what this means is that you can use these pieces of information to populate your elements in Sketch with real data. So, for example, if I go here into the let me go here actually. Oops. If I go here to the member name, I can populate this with this list of real names. Okay, so for example, I can go to location and go to world cities and actually use a real location here. So I can actually choose all of these, and where it is location, I can use the world cities to fetch these real locations and from the member names as well. So now I'm populating my artboard with real information that I can reuse. And we can also use our own sources of information. So for example, I have a file here on my desktop which says, where is it? Text edit. Let me see. Movie names. So if you want to use your own sources of information, it's very easy. You just create a new text file and add new lines for each new piece of information that you want. So for example, let me see, Predator. Let me save this. Movie names. I can go to Sketch, Preferences, add data. I'll go to my desktop. And should be here. Okay, so now I can use this to go to this group here. Actually, let me open this because I had created a group for all of these. And I can go to title and I can choose movie names. So now this will fill with information from my own source, and we can actually use this for images as well. So instead of using my own image, I can use some of these from these real sources like faces or tiles or even Unsplash. I can take a random photo from Unsplash. Let me check here. Faces. So lots of possibilities here, and I think this is a really good addition to Sketch, which will make our life easier when working with real sources of information. And there's already a few plugins that add more how do you say, more diversity to the types of information that are available in Sketch. So really nice. Okay, so these were the main changes I wanted to address in this video. The Boolean operations, the data plugin, the overrides to the text and layer styles, the new preview in the sidebar, all of this great changes in this new version. I will link the original blog post from the Sketch team so that you can see the full list of updates. I feel that the team used this version to prepare the way to the future of Sketch. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and please consider becoming a member if you want to support us to keep doing these videos. I will see you in the next one. Bye!